What's up, guys? It's Jay, MorninAfterKill, and I'm back here on Destiny. And welcome back to episode 10 of my Sunday Q&A, which obviously by now everyone realizes it's not Sunday. But if you've been following my channel, you know over the last 7 to 9 days, I was dealing with extreme tooth pain, which led to me having an emergency double wisdom tooth extraction, which is actually considered a surgery. So when you look at the grand scope of things, I'm pretty proud that not only did I get through 2 teeth being pulled while I was awake, but I did so with minimal bitching and moaning and complaining. I was a big, brave boy. And I still have my 3-year daily upload streak active. So even though, you know, there's a few Twitch uploads and highlights in between there, I still feel like they were pretty fun vids to watch, even though, you know, they're not as produced as my normal commentary. But I do want to thank you guys for hanging in there. It's now like 5 days after my extraction, and today was the first day that I could actually, you know, really vigorously brush that side of my mouth, and oh god, let me tell you, I feel fantastic today. Do you know what it's like to have like this little coat of film on the back of your mouth for like 3 days, and it makes you feel like such a scumbag. Like everybody around you is like, ew, your breath smells like a garbage can. Because obviously that's what it tastes like in the back of my mouth. So I was able to get all up in there and just like, oh yeah. you really take for granted something as like vigorous teeth brushing and polishing to make you feel like you're having a good day. So how about we get this channel back on track, and welcome back to episode 10 of my Q&A. This is a series on my channel where you leave the questions in the comment section down below. I pick a few out each week, and we put aside all the guides, tricks, tips, and Twitch clips, and we get to know each other just a little bit better on a deeper, more intimate level. Ooh, yeah. We're gonna get all up in there. Ooh, nice and deep like. So, how about we answer some motherfucking questions, shall we? So, the first question comes from Deadpool, and he wants to know, what's your favorite hair color on women? He prefers redheads. Alright. Everybody always comes out with the tits or ass question, but very rarely does anybody ask me my preference for the women's hair color. And if you think about it, at least for me, hair color is more important than big asses or nice tits. And I know some of you guys are gonna be like, nope, call bullshit on that one, MAK. Well, listen to me. Hear me out. Big tits and asses are secondary to what catches our eyes in the first place. Think about it. You're walking through the mall, right? And there are women everywhere. There are tits and asses all around you, as far as the eye can see. What makes you notice the one woman out of all the other women that you're surrounded by on a daily basis? It's usually her face and hair region. It just pow pops, and your dick is like, whoa, hey now, this way, buddy, let's go up on over here. This is where the vagina is. Why are you going this way? Look at the vagina. God damn it, I want to get some of that vagina. It's funny how this works, because, you know, everybody has a type. So, you know, while the tits and ass argument is, you know, it's a generic discussion, you know, between us men, we sit around like, oh, you know, I like the tits, this is why I like the ass. Let me rebuff what your statement is about why I enjoy the ass more than the tits. But when it comes down to like hair color, hairstyle, and even hair length, it's a bit more customized as to what we like. And myself, I like redheads and non-traditional hair colors, like, you know, a blue, maybe a little bit of a purple, or not going to the Kelly Osbourne gray, though. That's just weird. I don't know why a young woman would want to dye her hair gray. It's just fucking stupid. But it's funny, because even though I like the redheads and the non-traditional hair colors, both of my longest relationships that I've had in my life, meaning, you know, my current girlfriend and my former fiance, both of them are blondes, which I'm not usually attracted to blondes. Which is probably why people tell you not to judge people too much on their outward appearance, because, you know, if I didn't know my fiance or my current girlfriend, and you put them in a lineup with a little redhead firecracker, some crazy punk bitch with black hair, pink streaks, tattoos, and piercings, I wouldn't have chosen either of the women that I've loved the most in my own life. That's strange, but it's one of life's little ironies. So even though I like the redheads and the non-traditional hair colors, I ended up with a blonde woman. But that doesn't mean when I'm home alone and I want to beat my dick, I can't choose a redhead or a punk chicks with tattoos and piercings. God damn it. How about we move on to Chedcast's question? He asks, Mac, do you think of yourself as a bit of a hipster in some aspects? God damn it. First off, go fuck yourself, Chedcast. Second off, nah, man, not at all. It's funny because, you know, this happens way too often in my life where I'll be given my opinion on something and I'll mention something a bit off the beaten path and people are like, you're a goddamn fucking hipster, aren't you? And I'm like, I'm not a fucking hipster. Then, you know, people give you the old hipster test and they start asking you questions to try to determine if you're actually a hipster. And it's almost like a scene out of GTA 5 where, like, I'm pretty sure, like, halfway through the game, Michael and Franklin, they all meet up with Trevor and they're giving Trevor shit for not really giving a fuck about things in life, and they call him the proto-hipster. And I feel like that. I'm not a hipster, you know, I don't try to be anything, but it's just like, you know, I like what I like, and I do what I do, and if anybody has a problem with it, well then, fuck it, man, you know, you don't have to be a part of my life. I get to pick and choose who I surround myself with, but the problem with the way that I think and the way that other people perceive me is that it's really easy to get shit twisted and mistake me giving zero fucks to the rest of the world for being a hipster. And if that's not the biggest part of this problem, the other problem all on top of that big fucking turd pile is that I have really good taste in music and pop culture and all that shit. I'm always the one that's introducing new shit to everybody. And then I get tired of it. And then like 6 months later, all my friends are all the biggest fans of the band that I introduced them to. And they put it on, I'm like, oh man, I really don't feel like fucking listening to that song. They're like, what? How can you not like this? They're fucking awesome. And I get called a hipster because to me, it's old. I've been listening to it for like a year before I already showed it to you. And now 6 months later, after I originally showed it to me, you're trying to show it to me and get me to listen to it. Motherfucker, I'm not liking it because I'm not a hipster, because it's fucking old, motherfucker. You're the one that's just late on everything. And I fucking hate it because everybody wants to feel like they're ahead on everything and all the trends. And it sucks being out front ahead of all that. And you know, I know it sounds like I'm being conceited, but I'm not. It's just that I feel for Trevor in GTA 5 because it's hard being genuinely originally me, because I am an original person, but there are people out there that try to be original, but they end up just giving people like me a bad name. Fuck them fucking fucks. So, the next question comes from Ian Lampit, and he just simply wants to know, how do you deal with assholes at school? And that's actually a really easy question, and I'm going to answer it. And then I'm going to go ahead and expand that to fit into a real-world scenario outside of the school, because I have a lot of subscribers that are, you know, 18 to 35. I think it's like 70% of the people that watch my channel are over 18, so that is absolutely amazing. I'm glad that I could relate and bring that type of demographic to my channel, because I know a lot of people on YouTube like, oh my god, you got 12-year-olds watching you, why are you saying sexual shit? And I show my demographics, they're like, oh, well, goddamn, I stand corrected. We're just a bunch of immature motherfuckers. So, anyway, let's get back on the question. When I was back in school, I fucking hated it, alright? I knew that school wasn't for me. and the fact that I felt like I was smarter than most of my teachers really kind of bothered me. It's a kind of a reoccurring theme in my childhood, is that I felt like I was smarter than most of the people that I was around. And, you know, I knew a lot of the people in school, but I wasn't really close friends with them. I mean, we were friends. We'd sit at the lunch table, talk, hang, chat, you know, see them in the hallway. I'd fucking pop them on the back of the fucking backpack so it comes up. This fucking heavy-ass backpack. You kids don't have to know about that because you got fucking computers and laptops and you don't have to carry around 90 pounds of books. But if you walk by somebody and you kick the bottom of their backpack, it would go up and just fucking come down, and all the gravity would just fucking weigh them down. You'd be like, oh shit, I'm about to fall down. Anyway, I was friends with them, but, you know, I wouldn't hang out with them after school or anything. We weren't close friends, so I always kind of felt like I was a grown-ass man surrounded by a bunch of kids in school, really. So whenever somebody was an asshole, it was really easy to just kind of deject myself from the situation. Just kind of look at yourself from a third person. Just pull yourself out and see the picture that's happening while somebody's being an asshole to you, right? And then you just kind of step outside and you size this all up, and you're like, all right, this kid's giving me a hard time in school. Let's look at his type. Average height, average build. He's not too popular, but he still has friends that are kind of popular. And usually we see this dude hanging around with a bunch of bitches in school, and he thinks he's the man, right? That's this kid's fucking character profile. So let's go ahead and break him down in the head a little bit further. He's not particularly socially skilled. He's kind of an asshole. He doesn't really get good enough grades in school. He's kind of like a C, maybe a D student. And he hangs around with girls, but he's never really kissing on them. So now you can compare him to other people that you see in the real world. You're like, all right, well, you know, he's not going to be doctor material. He's not lawyer material. No, he kind of looks like that cashier at Walmart that's always trying to hit on the hot girl, but realizing that he's friend zoned. You see what I'm saying? And then you can easily just crack a smile and just be like, you know what? It's not really worth it. You can just sit there in school and picture what type of futures all these assholes around you are going to grow up to be, and it just becomes real easy to brush off what anyone's saying. Is that hot girl giving you a problem? It's a lot easier to fucking brush her off when you see her as a 35-year-old waitress with no fucking future, right? Exactly. And, you know, when I was working and I had asshole customers that would come up to me and, you know, this dude's in front of me, he's complaining and he's yelling about something, I would size him up like, this is a middle-aged dude, he's got a nail in his tire, he can't afford a new tire, he's having a bad day, so I just smile, let it slide off my back. He's venting, because life sucks. So sometimes people aren't always being assholes. They're just frustrated with themselves. So if you're looking at somebody and you can feel the empathy for their day, just let it slide off their back. But if it's somebody that's really just being an asshole, just look at them and be like, man, your life's gotta suck, or it's gonna suck in the future if you keep heading down this road because you're just such a fucking douchebag. So just kill him with kindness, dude. It's not worth your while to get all pissed off because, you know, other people aren't happy with themselves and life fucking sucks. So the last question is a big subject that's going around these days, and I don't really want to address it because it can get pretty opinionated and political, and I don't like to speak politics on my channel, but I feel that I want to speak my piece on it. Just a small slice of the pie. I don't want to do any follow-ups to this. I don't really care about your opinions or how you feel. I'm just going to say my piece. And M. Pempus asks, Mac, what is your opinion on transsexuals and homosexuality?
The layer is up ahead.
Well, I think homosexuality is pretty gay. Seriously though, I don't give a fuck what you do. I don't care if you fuck men. I don't care if you fuck women. I don't care if you want to take a mouthful of horse semen. I really don't. What you do on your own time, on your own home, behind your own doors, that is of no concern to me at all. As long as what you're doing behind those doors is consensual and everybody involved is having a pleasurable time, well then pleasure on. Pleasure well. Pleasure hard. For that pleasure smell. Ooh, yeah. But here's what I do have a problem with. If you are gay or transgendered, you need to realize that some people out there do have a very real problem with it. And I know there are laws out there to protect people from being hurt, specifically for being gay or transgender. But you have to realize that if you want to hit on a member of the same sex, that there is a very real possibility that it's going to go very wrong. And I'd probably advise against trying to hit on a member of the same sex if you're not in a specifically gay location or function. And I don't mean the knitting section at Walmart. You also have to realize that it's not alright as a transgendered person, pre-op or post-op. I don't care if you've had your penis surgically sliced in half and stuffed inside your body to make some sort of weird science version of Cat Dog from Nickelodeon. It is your responsibility before engaging in any type of sexual acts, even kissing. It is your responsibility to disclose this information to your partner. If not, then I believe that it should carry the consequences of rape. If I'm kissing you, and I take you home, and I find that you have a penis, I'm going to knock you out. And I'm going to put you under citizen's arrest. And I will call the police. And I will have you charged with rape. It is wrong to try to deceive people about your sexual identity. But it is wrong for us to deny you your rights because you do not identify with a different sex. So going forward, I have no problem with gay and transgendered laws being passed to recognize their rights. But you also can't take my liberties and my rights away to afford yours. So, my name is Jay, MorninAfterKill. I want to thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys rate, comment, subscribe. If you could leave a thumbs up on the video, I'd highly appreciate it because it gives me motivation to make more videos for you motherfuckers that watch my motherfucking videos. That's just my thoughts and opinions on, how we have to, I guess address the homosexuality and transgendered movement. Not only, to give them more rights, but also to make sure that, since we're dealing with sexual identities, sexual operations and new technologies, it's gonna allow more convincing sexual transitions. I feel like there's also gonna have to be other laws to protect everybody else from being deceived by somebody that has their own sexual identity crisis. That's I feel like that's reasonable, but I don't want to hear your opinions on it. I don't want to see anybody fucking come in here like, oh, you're such a fucking bigot and that now. No. I'll delete your fucking comment. But if you have a question and you want to leave it in the comment section down below for next week. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for all the support lately, especially, like I said, over the last week. We took a little bit of a hit on the content-wise. We're gonna get back into schedule, back into action. Yeah. So, like I said, my name's Jay. MorninAfterKill. Thanks for watching, and I'm gonna see you guys later.
So this is the Devil's Lair. Well done.
Sepix Prime cast a great shadow over our city. With its destruction, the fallen devils will grow weaker. But we must stay vigilant. The fallen are crafty, and they will find ways to survive. They always do.